Yo, good morning, Anderson.
What's up, guys? Week 3, Glute training, max effort Monday. We're hitting it hard. Guys, we're going to get into our warm-up. We're going to get a little bit of footage there. We got belt squat, 4 rounds, everything. Everything's 4 rounds. 25 reps on the belt squat, 25 reps on the 45-degree back extension, 25 reps on the decline setup, and then we're going to move into the Anderson Good Mornings. I'm going to explain a lot more about the Anderson Good Mornings before we hit it. We're going for a 3-rep max today in 7 total working sets. So, all right, let's get into it. All right, guys, done with our warm-up. We got this first exercise set up. What we're doing is the Anderson Good Morning this morning. Anderson Good Morning. All right, so what we're going to be using is a safety squat bar. I haven't explained safety squat bar for you guys yet. We can do that in another class, but should feel about the same as a low bar squat when it's on you. Now, sometimes the padding's worn away like this. So if you want, you can put some cloth in between you just so it's not hurting so much. So guys, with the Anderson Good Morning, don't be an ego lifter on this one. What we're doing is we're working the posterior chain. We're working the low back specifically. So what we're going to do, set this at a height. It should, well, that's still in the way. It should line up with your deadlift form, right? So what we're doing, we're just to work the deadlift is to train the low back. Here's your deadlift form. What I want you to do is measure where this bar is going to come across, right? Your legs are not going to be as bent. Still have a little bit of a bend in your legs, right? Because you don't want to ever hyperextend your legs. Your legs should look like this, right? You're holding the squat bar, back straight, and as you're lifting up, you are driving your hips forward, okay? Driving your hips forward. So I'll give you an example. So what we're doing, we're going to be starting from this position. The bar will be here. These are loose safeties. You know, I personally like the straight bar safeties, but use what you got. So you're going to get under the bar, get like a side profile of me. What we're going to be doing, you have to make sure your core is tight the entire time. Your legs have a slight bend in them. Remember, you're mimicking that deadlift form. Your hams are activated. Your glutes are activated. Low back is tight. Core is braced. Bar is in position on top of your back, not on top of your neck. You are going to drive up and hinge your hips forward. You should be feeling it in your low back. Try not, I mean, this is a max effort for 3-rep max in 7 sets. What I don't want you guys to be doing, when the weight gets heavy, your body is going to want to do this. Your body is going to want to drive your knees under you and turn it more into a squat. That is wrong. Do not do that. Your hips should be driving forward, not the weight getting heavy, your knees getting under you, and then you picking it up like a squat. You got to check your ego at the door and make sure You are not squatting this. This is a good morning exercise. Jake, why don't you get in there, show what you learned just in those first couple of exercises we did. So your back's going to be straight. Yep. Raise core. Good. You're driving your hips forward. Take a little bit of the bend out of your knee. Good. How's that feel? Good. How's that feel? Okay, because I know there were some questions on, like what you were feeling. Like sometimes the bar was on your neck, right? Any questions on any of that?
No, I think I just had it too far up.
So guys, just pay attention to that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get some weight on here, and we'll see how it's feeling. This is max effort day, guys. Go hard, do the correct form, don't hurt yourself. All right, guys. One thing I forgot to mention. So, working on the concentric motion, you're driving up, right? Try to control the downwards motion as much as you can. You don't want to be the asshole at the gym who's slamming and breaking the safeties and breaking the bars. You don't want to be that guy. If you cannot control the downward motion, that is why we have the safeties there. You can let the weight fall. I'd rather the weight fall than you break your back. So what that'll look like is something like this. So I'm in position, slight bend in my knees, back is straight, butt out, brace core, drive, down. This is the starting and stopping position. It'll look like this. Up, down, pause. Let the weight go into the safeties. Up, down, pause, up, down, pause. You want to be pausing on the safeties so that the weight is coming from a full dead stop each time. All right, we're going to get into it. Oh, lightweight. Guys, you have to create a lot of pressure. Abdominally, everything should be tight. Everything should be bracing that low back for the weight you're about to lift. All right. Jake, you want next?
What I like to do, don't even use this right now. All you're going to do, put this on your hips, walk into it. I'll put that up. But all I want you to do is stand here, almost let this pull your hips back. You want this band to get as straight as it possibly can, as the least amount of tension, and then when you come up, bring it forward. So it's going to feel a lot more wobbly because you're being pulled that way. But basically, this isn't a squat. This isn't a knee bend. This is a hip hinge. So you want to pay attention to where your hips are going. Your hips should reach as far as you can go. My chest is straight down, and then my hips shoot forward. It's not about the knees here. It's all about where your hips are. Move this forward. So I would go walk forward. Good. All right. Now, without that. Don't worry about your knees. Push your hips back as far as you can with your feet planted. Hips back. There you go. Suspicious activities. Now shoot your hips forward. Good. Again. Hips back. Don't bend just hips back. Shoot your hips forward. There. Aggressive. I'm not going to say it, but fuck it. Stand straight up. There you go. Right there. Stay right there. Move forward just a tad more. There. All right. Now, get your hips back. Don't worry about your knees. Just get that band as straight as you possibly can. There. Keep it perfect. All the way down. Let it set. Let it set. Right there. And now shoot your hips forward. Yeah. Nice. Now keep those feet planted. Hips back. There you go. Keep going with your hips back. Reach. 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 Now hips forward. Good. Exactly. Hips, hips, hips. There you go. Now I want you to keep this. Don't push this up as much. Try to keep this locked. Right here, don't move. Do it again. Hips back. Keep going with the hips. Keep going with the hips. Good. Good. Bring those hands towards your elbows. Pull with those lats a little bit. Bring these elbows back towards your hips. Right there. Now push with your hips. There. Again. All right. One more thing. Keep your elbows glued to your side. Don't let your elbows move anywhere. They don't necessarily have to be touching your side, but I want them in line. What I'm seeing is this. I'm seeing this. I want to see this. Keep your elbows, keep your upper body just locked in. Hips, hips, hips. Keep your elbows at your sides. Hips, hips, hips. Now shoot your hips forward. Much better. Good. Hips back, elbows at your sides. Elbows at your sides. Perfect. Hips. Now hips forward. Very good. Hips back, elbows at your side. There. Hips forward. There we go. Rack it. Good shit. So you don't always have to use the band. It's just that cue of feeling something here. Okay, hips, 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 hips. It feels so fucking weird, but you want to keep the bar over your midfoot. What a lot of people tend to do, they'll try to keep their legs so straight and keep their hips above their midfoot. But if you're bending down and your hips are above your midfoot, the bar isn't going to be over your midfoot. So to compensate for that, that's why our hips go back so that our shoulders and the bar actually stay over midfoot without much knee bend. Because if my hips were here, I'm falling my ass here. So just you always want the bar centered over midfoot no matter what you're doing. Now if it's a squat, you compensate for that through knee bend. Okay? So my hips are still in line, but I'm bending my knees, and that's why the bar is staying over midfoot. Well, here, if we're not bending our knees, something else has to move to be able to keep the bar over our midfoot, and that means it's our hips. So there's not many movements where you're bringing your hips that far back, so it feels awkward, but once you get that, you're using your hips to compensate and be able to keep that bar over midfoot, if that makes sense. But you could always set up that shit. Time to go up. So, Jake, that was an interesting lift. What are your initial thoughts on this exercise? A lot of people don't know that this exists or know anything about this. Just being the first time you're doing it, what are you thinking about this exercise?
Do little weight at first until you get the proper form, because it hurts.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just be safe on this one, guys. All right. Moving on. We finished up the max effort. Great thing to learn today. What we're going to get into is just some glute hand raise, 3 sets till failures. Then we're going to be doing a single RDL, single leg RDL. You guys know what those look like. So we're just going to get into it. Now, guys, this is week 3. At this point, if you have these locked in, we're going 3 sets till failure. Start incorporating some weight into your exercise. Now, it can be a little one like this. It does not need to be a huge amount of weight. It's still probably going to smoke you.
You guys remember how we're setting up like this? Measured, boom. I'm just doing 10 because my knees feel wonky. My knees are doing something. Try to pull all the way up. Yep. Pull with your hamstrings at the top. Yep. There you go. Now, guys, I am using, when we did these the first 2 weeks, we did the same side. Now I'm doing the different side, and it's strictly just to mix it up. There's no major reason why. It's going to help with my balance. And that's the superset. Do that 3 sets. I'm going a little heavier on these than I normally do because we worked the low back today, so I want to make sure I just get the low back worked as well as I can. Alrighty.
All right, let me fix my hair. Sorry, guys.
Guys, hang on. Jake needs to fix his hair.
Yep. Get this in the recording.
All right. Cool. Guys, we're here. Jake has now fixed his hair. Jake, we're entering week 3. We just did the max effort lower. From day 1 when you walked in the gym till now, what has that experience been?
So apparently you lift weights, and apparently you lift a lot of them.
A couple of them, yeah.
No, I've learned a lot in these 3 weeks. I feel like I've improved a lot since like the first week.
Yep.
I am getting more angry.
Yeah.
When I'm here.
Yeah. It's
mainly because I'm getting frustrated at myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all of that stuff has value. We don't got to go into it like that much, but like when you're hitting your lift, you should be absolutely focused, because if you don't hit your lift correctly, there is always the chance that you could die under the weight. And I think that's something that needs recognized a lot more. Is like, hey, these are serious weights we're moving here, so let's lift them safely first. Learn how to do that. Become confident with our bodies, then grow the strength from there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're heading into week 3. After this week, we're gonna be halfway done with the programming, guys. So maybe we do like a quick check-in. Aesthetics, strength, whatever we do. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but yeah, guys, almost halfway through. Anything else?
No.
All right. Cool. See you guys tomorrow.